Ladies and gentlemen, we spend so much of our lives chasing happiness. We think we'll find it in the next job, the next relationship, the next city, or the next version of ourselves. But what if I told you that happiness is not something to chase? What if happiness is already here, waiting, quietly all around you? Today, we will talk about it step by step. So don't skip the video and watch it full. My name is Muniba Mazari, and I am a motivational speaker. If you like this content, then you can appreciate me by like, subscribe, and comments. So now, move on to topic. We often believe that happiness will come when everything is perfect, when our job is stable, when our relationships are smooth, when we look a certain way, or when we reach that big goal. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. It keeps moving further away the more we chase it. In reality, happiness is already around us. It lives in the quiet, simple moments we often overlook. Think about it: the warmth of the morning sun on your skin, the sound of birds singing outside your window, the laughter of someone you love, the comfort of your favorite meal. These are not big, dramatic things. They are simple. But in them lies the purest form of joy. We miss these moments because we are too busy searching for something bigger, something better. We are so focused on what's missing that we forget to appreciate what's present. Simplicity teaches us that happiness doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need a stage, an audience, or applause. It can be found in silence, in stillness, in a moment where nothing is happening, but everything feels right. It's in the deep breath you take after a long day. It's in the way the wind touches your face, or the way a child smiles at you. These are not perfect moments, but they are real, and real is enough. When we stop demanding perfection, we allow ourselves to feel more. We become open to the beauty of now, to the goodness that surrounds us in everyday life. Perfection creates pressure. Simplicity gives peace. And peace is where happiness blooms. You don't need a perfect life to be happy. You need a heart that sees value in the little things. You need eyes that notice beauty in the ordinary. And you need the wisdom to know that the small things are, in fact, the big things. Happiness doesn't ask you to have more. It asks you to see more in what you already have. The simpler your heart becomes, the easier it is to feel joy, even in a messy, imperfect world. The people who smile the most are not those who have everything. They are the ones who find something beautiful in everything. That is the power of simplicity. Pity, strong gratitude, what shall they it? It doesn't shout, it doesn't demand attention, and yet it can completely transform the way we experience life. Most of the time we are moving so fast, chasing goals, solving problems, trying to fix what's broken, that we forget to stop and appreciate what's already working. We don't realize how many ordinary moments are filled with hidden blessings, simply because we are not looking through the eyes of gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus. Instead of seeing what's missing, we start to see what's present. Instead of complaining about what we don't have, we begin to celebrate what we do. A glass of clean water becomes a gift. A friend checking in on you feels like a miracle. The ability to breathe, to walk, to speak, to think, things we take for granted every day, become sources of deep joy when we pause long enough to recognize them. When we live without gratitude, even the most beautiful parts of life can feel dull. A home can feel like a burden. A job can feel like a trap. A relationship can feel like a duty. But the moment we bring gratitude into these areas, everything changes. That same home becomes a place of safety. That job becomes an opportunity. That relationship becomes a blessing. Gratitude doesn't change your circumstances. It changes your perspective. And when your perspective shifts, your entire life shifts with it. Gratitude doesn't ask for everything to be perfect. It doesn't wait for the big moments. It finds joy in the small ones. It is the thank you whispered before falling asleep. It is the smile you give when someone holds the door. It is the quiet acknowledgement of all the things that could have gone wrong today, but didn't. Gratitude is not a reaction to life going well. It is a choice to find something good, even when life is hard. The most extraordinary people are often the most grateful ones, not because they have more, but because they see more. They choose to notice the light in the dark, the hope in the struggle, the strength in the challenge. Their gratitude becomes a light that shines through everything they do, making the ordinary moments feel sacred and the simplest acts feel significant. When you start practicing gratitude daily, your heart softens, your stress lessens, and your spirit lifts. You begin to understand that life doesn't need to be grand to be beautiful. A quiet morning, a warm hug, a shared laugh, these are the pieces that build a meaningful life. Gratitude helps you hold on to them, cherish them. Every day is filled with chances to be thankful. And every moment of thankfulness turns something simple into something special. That is how gratitude turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. And letting go is not about giving up. It's not about losing or quitting. Letting go is about freeing yourself from the things that weigh you down. It's about releasing what no longer serves you. Old wounds, painful memories, toxic relationships, unrealistic expectations, and the constant need to control everything. We carry so much within us that we don't need to carry. And the more we hold on, the heavier life feels. Sometimes we hold on to pain because we think letting go means forgetting. But letting go doesn't mean the pain never happened. It means you're choosing to stop allowing that pain to control your present. It means you are ready to live without dragging the past into every moment. You can't find peace if your hands are full of yesterday's battles. You need to let go to make space for healing. Many times, we cling to people or situations because we are afraid of change. We're afraid of the unknown. But peace comes when we trust that letting go can lead to something better, even if we can't see it yet. There is strength in surrender. There is power in release. Letting go is not weakness. It is wisdom. Letting go also means releasing the pressure to be perfect. So many of us are exhausted trying to meet expectations, others, and our own. We want to be everything, do everything, fix everything, but peace lives in accepting that we don't have to. We are allowed to rest. We are allowed to be human. And when we let go of perfection, we make room for joy. You don't have to carry every burden alone. You don't have to prove your worth through pain. Life becomes lighter when you release what is too heavy. It's okay to forgive. It's okay to move on. It's okay to choose peace over pride. Letting go doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care about your heart, your growth, and your future. When you release what no longer belongs, you begin to rise. You breathe deeper. You sleep better. You smile more. You begin to feel free. And in that freedom, peace enters. Not with noise or drama, but with quiet strength. Letting go is not the end, it is the beginning of something gentler, calmer, and more beautiful. It is the path back to yourself. In a world that moves so fast, it's easy to feel like you're falling behind. You look around and see others achieving more, going further, reaching their goals faster. Social media shows you highlight reels of success, and suddenly your own journey feels too slow, too quiet, too small. But the truth is, you are not behind. You are becoming. Growth doesn't follow a fixed timeline. There is no deadline for healing, no set age for success, no perfect moment when everything is supposed to fall into place. Life is not a race. It's a process. And everyone's process looks different. Just because someone reached their goal before you doesn't mean you're late. You are on your own path and it's unfolding exactly as it should. Every step you take, even the small ones, are part of your becoming. Every struggle you've faced, every tear you've cried, every moment you didn't give up. That is your strength being built. That is your character being shaped. Becoming is not always visible. It happens in silence, in private, when no one is watching. Just because others don't see your progress doesn't mean you're not growing. Sometimes life slows you down for a reason. Maybe there are lessons you need to learn before you move forward. Maybe the delay is protecting you from something you can't see yet. Trust the timing of your life. It may not be what you expected, but it is exactly what you need. You're not defined by how quickly you achieve something. You are defined by your courage to keep going. Becoming means allowing yourself to be a work in progress. It means embracing the days when you feel unsure. It means honoring your journey, even when it's messy, even when it's quiet. Don't rush through life trying to catch up. Breathe. Be present. Appreciate who you are today while you work toward who you're becoming. You are evolving. You are learning. You are rising. Slowly, steadily, beautifully. You are not behind. The path you're on is still leading somewhere meaningful, and even if you can't see the destination yet, trust that you are moving forward. You are becoming someone stronger, wiser, and more whole every single day. Many people spend their whole lives waiting to be happy. They believe happiness will arrive when they finally get the job, the house, the car, the relationship, or the success they dream of. But happiness is not something you find at the end of a long journey. It is something you choose along the way. It doesn't live in a far-off future. It lives in the decisions you make today. Happiness is not a destination you arrive at one day and never leave. It's not a final stop where everything becomes perfect. Life will always have ups and downs, good days, and hard ones. Waiting for life to become just right before you allow yourself to feel joy is like holding your breath and hoping peace will find you. It won't. You have to choose it right now, with what you have, where you are. You can choose to be happy even when everything isn't perfect. You can choose to smile even when the road is tough. You can choose to focus on what's going right instead of what's going wrong. Happiness doesn't ignore pain or pretend everything is okay. It just decides not to let the pain take over everything. It's a choice to see the beauty in the moment, to be grateful, to slow down and notice the little things. It's a choice to forgive, to let go, to be kind to others and to yourself. And these small choices, made every day, begin to build a life that feels full and joyful even when challenges come. You don't need permission to be happy. You don't need to wait for a sign or approval or a perfect moment. You simply need to decide that your life, even with all its imperfections, is worth celebrating. You have survived so much. You have grown in silence, in struggle, in strength, and that alone is reason enough to smile. Happiness is not about what's happening around you. It's about what you choose to feel inside. It's not found in a place or a thing. It's found in your mindset, in your perspective, in your heart. The sooner you realize that, the sooner you'll stop chasing happiness and start living it. Because happiness was never meant to be searched for, it was always meant to be created. There is something incredibly powerful about being the reason someone smiles. In a world where many people are silently carrying heavy burdens, even the smallest act of kindness can make a difference. You never know what someone is going through, and sometimes your words, your presence, or your simple gesture can bring light into their darkness. That is what it means to be the source of happiness for others. Not by doing big things, but by doing small things with great love. Builds a source of happiness. Doesn't require money, status, or perfection. It requires compassion. It requires intention. It means choosing to show up with a kind heart even when life is not perfect for you. Sometimes a genuine compliment, a warm smile, or a few minutes of your time can heal more than you realize. People remember how you make them feel, and when you choose to lift others, you create a ripple effect of positivity. Happiness grows what is shared. The more you give it, the more it returns to you. When you become a source of happiness for others, your own heart begins to feel lighter. Helping someone else find joy doesn't take away from your own. It multiplies it. And in giving happiness, you find purpose.